Hello friends of La Huertina de Toni. Welcome to another video where today we are going to see, is going to be a short video, how we are going to make the cheapest and quickest homemade drip irrigation system in the world. As I told you, it's going to be a short video because it's very easy to make with materials we can get very easily. And for example, we will need a bottle. The size will help indicate how long we can go without checking for watering, so it will be very useful when we go on vacation. As I say, a bottle, the size is the least important. We will need a string in this case, those that are not plastic. It is important that the cord is not plastic, okay? And a small piece of wire. With these small materials and without any tools, we are going to prepare our drip system homemade. As you can see, we have two types of rope. See, this rope is thinner. I like this less because the drop that falls is much finer, but they would also work just with less flow. So I use this type of rope, which is thicker. The entire exterior is made of fabric, so perfect. See, better said, string, and it serves perfectly for our purpose. We have to cut a piece of cord, very important, at least the size of our bottle. Let's try. And here below, I like to make a knot. By the way, we tie a knot down here like this. And we are going to measure. We put the bottle in, we put the cord through the bottle and lower it like this. This would be more than enough. Let's leave about 15 centimeters, more or less, from the neck of the bottle, about 15 centimeters, and cut. Like this. Done. We now have our drip irrigation system. Once we have the cord measured, we can remove it, and we have two options. Perhaps we will leave it outside and we don't want bugs or impurities to get in. We can put the cap on and make a small hole. Okay, in the bottom where the diameter of the rope fits. It doesn't need to be very large, just enough to let us pull the rope through would be more than enough. A hole 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter and done, like this. And we can insert and remove the cord through this hole. Like this, we insert the rope and that's it. Okay, all the way to the bottom, very important, all the way to the bottom, because the more rope gets wet, the better. Now moving to the DIY part, we are simply going to take the wire. We will rest it on the neck of the bottle. So we give it a few turns here so that it is nice and tight. And this will help us guide the rope, okay, to have a kind of like this. So that the drop doesn't fall right at the base of the bottle. This way, you see, for example, we would already have the watering directed to this part. So here we make a small circle. And it would look like this. And so just so we get an idea, the rope is inserted well throughout the bottle, and we pull it out through this small hole we made. As I mentioned, it wouldn't be necessary. We could pull it out through the cap, but if we're going to keep it outside, it's better if it's covered. We pass the cord through our wire. Here we made a small circle, and we already have the cord directed, okay? This can be adjusted. We could raise it, lower it, okay? But it's simply to hold the string, because otherwise the string would end up falling to the bottom of the bottle, and that's not what we want. So now we have our irrigation system ready and set. Now we just need to test it so you can see how well it works. It is an ideal system for when we have to go on vacation, or if we can't tend to our garden on very hot summer days, for example, we can use this system. Let's fill it with water, our bottle, all the way to the top, more or less up to the little hole we made. And this is the total amount of water that our plant will receive later. And initially, our system would be ready. The whole rope will start to get damp, okay? Until it starts dripping. I to speed up this process, okay? You don't need to do this at home because this would be enough, but to speed it up and so everyone can see it, I am going to put the cord in water. See? This is already all moistened, but it would take about 25 minutes to get fully wet. So what we do is immerse it in this water completely so it soaks well. We'll leave it for 3 or 4 minutes and ready. Once the rope is completely soaked, we can put it back in through our little hole. Perfect. All the way to the bottom. And now let's try our homemade drip irrigation system. Super simple. Let's see. We screw this on a little. We place this here. And watch how the drop forms until it finally falls. Plop, the drop forms and falls onto the ground to over our pot. So now we can go on vacation, we can go do whatever we want because we're going to have our plants well taken care of with irrigation. As you see, one of the easiest and quickest irrigation systems to make. What did it take us a minute? Do it. And we can stop worrying about our plants. Anyway, I'm going to upload a video to the channel La Huertina de Toni about another homemade drip irrigation system where we can regulate the water flow to water our plants. We can also use our system in the beds in the garden. Simply, we make a small hole to bury the bottle a little so that the wind does not knock it over. We properly set our regulator. We position it so that it doesn't wet the plant but wets the soil instead. Like that, perfect. We bury it a bit and now we have our irrigation system also in the garden. As you can see, by adding another string and wire, we can water more than one plant at the same time. Here comes the droplet, plop, and watering. Great, no? Right? So that's it, gardeners. There's not much more to say in this video. Try it out and leave me comments on what you think and how it's working for you. Honestly, it's amazing. A very good system, very easy and very cheap to prepare our drip irrigation. You have already seen that it works for pots, urban gardens or the orchard. So nothing more, garden enthusiasts. See you in the next video. Bye.